Patch 2.1.30 didn't just stop at the initial changes. These additional adjustments are quietly reshaping the meta and shifting hero tiers. Heroes you thought were unstoppable might suddenly feel sluggish, while underdogs are creeping back into the spotlight. From subtle buffs to nerfs that hit harder than a rogue abyssal arrow, today we're breaking down every tweak, every shift, and what it means for climbing the rank ladder in Mobile Legends right now. Welcome back to Mobile Legends News. After the main patch 2.1.30 rolled out, Moonton didn't just leave things alone. A slew of additional balance tweaks briefly dropped, targeting hero performance, emblem tweaks, and more. In this video, we're diving deep into these adjustments, analyzing which heroes are now stronger, which ones got hit with the nerf hammer, and how the overall meta might look in the weeks ahead. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you'll want to watch this breakdown till the end. Let's start with the fighters. CC, the little speed demon of the battlefield, got a mobility nerf and a slight reduction to skill 1 damage. Her movement speed dropped from 260 to 250, and skill 1 base damage went from 70 to 95 down to 60 to 85. Basically, CC can't just zoom around like she's late for school anymore. She still has utility, but backline heroes can breathe a tiny sigh of relief. Think of it like putting a speed bump on her way to your carries. She's still a threat, just less I can solo your team while sipping coffee level. Clint, on the other hand, received buffs aimed to his mid to late game damage. His ultimate cooldown was shortened, making him much more punishing in prolonged fights. Imagine Clint as that annoying neighbor who keeps peeking over the fence, but now he does it more often and with bigger guns. Early stats from ranked matches show a slight uptick in pick rate for him, proving that even small cooldown reductions can shift player confidence and hero viability. Freya is another interesting case. Previously more of a burst fighter, her kit adjustments now favor sustained fights. Equipment recommendations like Corrosion Sight, Endless Battle, and Sea Halberd complement this, boosting her durability and consistent damage output. In practice, she's now less of a glass cannon and more of a bruiser who punishes teams that ignore her in prolonged skirmishes. Early rank data indicates a small but notable bump in win rate for Freya players who adopt this new build, signaling a potential rise in her tier placement. Now let's talk about Hilda, who has been climbing the annoyance charts even before this patch. The buff to her enhanced basing attack means it now scales better with her level and total physical attack, and an improved ultimate description gives players clearer insight into her damage potential. Lane clearing is smoother, and her combat efficiency in both early and late game has suddenly increased. For those who already felt Hilda was borderline unfair, brace yourselves. She's now more of a mid-tier terror. Moving to Marksman, Kimmy got a small nerf to reduce her dominance in early to mid-game. Her passive and enhanced basic attack values were adjusted downward, and skill 2 cooldown slightly increased. In simple terms, she's still strong, but you can't just dump all your mana into her kit and expect to melt everyone instantly. This might push her slightly down in tier rankings, especially in high-level rank play where timing and skill rotations matter. Assassins weren't left out. Lancelot saw a cooldown increase on skill 2, making his evasive burst slightly less oppressive. This subtle nerf encourages players to be smarter about combos and positioning. Meanwhile, Nolan received buffs to mid to late game mobility with cooldown reductions on skill 1 and 2. He's now more fluid in skirmishes, which may push him up in niche team compositions. Suyo got some love too, with slight improvements to both burst and sustained damage. Cooldowns on all skills dropped, and damage on his slash and ultimate got a nice bump. Think of Suyo as that quiet kid in class who suddenly aces every test. The surprise factor is back in play, and enemies need to respect his mid to late game presence. On the Emblem side, the Fighter Emblem received a hybrid lifesteal tweak, shifting from 12% spell vamp to 10% hybrid lifesteal. While it seems minor, this subtly impacts all basic attack dependent fighters, balancing sustain versus burst. Some fighters might feel slightly less oppressive in prolonged fights, while others who mix skills and attacks can actually benefit. It's a nuanced change, but it reinforces Moonton's philosophy. Small adjustments that can create ripple effects across the meta. Now looking at hero tier implications. Top-tier contenders like Freya and Hilda are slightly more threatening, especially in coordinated ranked teams. Their buffs enhance both durability and consistent damage output. Mid-tier heroes like Nolan and Suyo could see increased play as flex picks, particularly in jungle and off-lane roles where mobility and sustained combat matter. On the flip side, heroes like Kimmy and Lancelot might slightly dip in overall tier, making them riskier picks unless you're confident in precise skill execution. Meta implications are where things get really spicy. Role balance is subtly shifting. Fighters are now slightly less dominant due to Emblem tweaks, which open space for marksmen and mages to assert control mid to late game. Team compositions emphasizing sustained fights, objective control, and mid-game rotations are becoming more effective. Quick burst comps relying on Kimmy or Lancelot may need reevaluation, especially when facing buff tanks or bruisers. Interestingly enough, the adjustment suggests a broader trend towards skill expression and timing over brute force dominance. Heroes that rely on cooldown management and precise execution are rewarded more than ever. Early data from ranked games show a slight increase in win rates for teams with balanced role distribution versus teams that stack a single overpowered hero. It's a reminder that even subtle nerfs and buffs can ripple across ranked ladder strategies. Another trend is the importance of early momentum. Heroes like Julian had some jungle efficiency adjustments partially reverted, allowing him to gain early momentum more effectively. This could make him a popular pick for fast-paced jungle strategies, particularly in solo queue where early aggression can snowball a game. And finally, the early tier shakeup is subtle but telling. Freya and Hilda slightly climb, Nolan and Suyo rise as situational picks, while Kimmy and Lancelot face slight declines. These shifts encourage players to experiment rather than stick to stale meta picks. With patch 2.1.30's additional adjustments, the meta feels more dynamic, nuanced, and rewarding for those who adapt quickly. In short, this patch reinforces that Mobile Legends is a living ecosystem. Buffs, nerfs, and emblem tweaks aren't just numbers. They influence player behavior, team composition, and rank strategies in ways that are only visible when you actually hit the battlefield. But the most striking insight from patch 2.1.30's additional adjustments is how subtle changes can dramatically reshape the meta, and no hero exemplifies this better than Freya. Previously seen as a solid but situational pick, her buffs to sustain damage and durability have propelled her into a top-tier contender, forcing players to rethink team compositions. Suddenly, she's not just a fighter, she's a backbone in prolonged skirmishes capable of punishing overconfident backlines. But the shift doesn't stop with Freya. Hilda's improved lane efficiency and enhanced basic attacks now make her a consistent threat from early to late game, compelling teams to draft crowd control and peel heroes more strategically. Even minor emblem tweaks like the Fighter Emblem Hybrid's lifesteal adjustment ripple across multiple roles, subtly favoring sustained fighters over burst-dependent heroes. Meanwhile, marksmen like Kimmy face early to mid-game constraints, and assassins such as Lancelot must adjust combos and positioning to remain effective. These adjustments highlight a broader trend. Success in rank is no longer about stacking overpowered heroes, but about timing, coordination, and adaptability. Teams that embrace balanced compositions and understand how each tweak affects both allies and enemies will see a tangible edge on the ladder. Essentially, Moonson's incremental changes reward strategic thinking over brute force dominance, making each match a chessboard where one misstep can shift momentum. For players, the key takeaway is clear. Staying informed and adapting builds not only strengthens individual performance, but also smarter team strategies, redefining how the 2025 meta is approached in ranked play. Patch 2.1.30's additional adjustments didn't just tweak numbers. They subtly reshaped hero performance, role viability, and the overall meta. Fighters like Freya and Hilda rose in influence, while marksmen and assassins faced new limitations, encouraging smarter, more strategic play, and everything else. Staying updated with these changes ensures that you understand which heroes excel in the current meta, giving you the tools to climb ranked efficiently and make informed decisions in both solo queue and team compositions. So, which hero tier changes surprise you the most in patch 2.1.30? Comment down below and let us know if you're adjusting your rank strategies accordingly. Don't forget to subscribe to Mobile Legends News for more in-depth hero tier updates, meta breakdowns, and the latest insights to stay ahead on the ladder. Till next time!